when I'm working on this film, I always ask Norah, Jude, and all the crew sometimes some questions which they think, well, it's kind of silly, but I have to make sure, because a kiss means difference in Chinese or in Chinese characters, or to a Western characters it's quite different. There's a subtle undertone which I have to make sure, because I want to do the justice to Americans, to the characters, like which I expected from other films about Chinese. I don't want to make the same mistake. I want to make sure that, and at the end, I believe there's something that we can all share, even though we are from different races, different countries, different cultures. But some emotions can be shared beyond the language.
He was so excited when we did the kiss scene. His face was just lit up the whole time. It was, and because I think he knew exactly what he wanted with the kiss, and we shot it a long time ago.
It was interesting because it was very clear that this is this moment, this tiny moment in these two people's lives was also a huge turning point. Both for the film, but in their lives, of the story. And it suddenly struck me that, you know, we tend to make films or write films more often than not about huge moments and you know, years in people's lives, and yet really everyone's lives change and turn in a moment. And it became very clear when we filmed The Kiss that this could be a moment in this film that was clearly going to turn these two people's lives and change them forever. And so when we met again at the end of the film, when we came back to film in the winter, and we recreated it, we were all, we were right, this was the moment that we wanted, that they both were destined to kind of return to. But aside from it being a kiss, it seemed very apparent that we were, as I said, yeah, dealing in tiny slices, tiny moments.
Before we started filming, before I even knew a lot about the story, he took a lot of pictures on the road of locations that he wanted to use, and he gave me all those pictures, and he asked me to pick some music to match the mood of the pictures. So I ended up coming up with a list for him of stuff I loved that I thought matched, and I think he ended up using quite a bit of it. I'm not sure, I haven't seen the film yet, but I know that he used quite a bit of the music I picked for when we were shooting, at least.
And in fact, the one thing, it's at the very beginning we decided together with Norah, saying that, well, we don't want I want everybody to look at this film to perceive Norah as an actress. So our understanding is we won't put any of her song in the film, because when you look at the film, you're going to Elizabeth's characters, and I don't want to remind the audience. And also, I think her performance is strong enough, and to be seen as an actress. And the way we work on the music of this film is because there's different chapters, and so like in New York we have a certain music, and in Memphis we have a lot of like Otis Redding, the blues, and then in Vegas we have more like the music from Rai, because Rai Kuda is someone that I really admire, and very happy that he agreed to work on the music of the film. And his music is basically a description of the journey. And also I have included, you're right, because I have included one music which is composed by a Japanese composer, Yume, who worked with me on In the Mood for Love and 2046. In fact, the harmonic versions is a versions of the song in Mood for Love, which he made in 2001, because we want to make it for the short film. And so I think I want to keep that music in the film, because even though it's not composed by Americans, but it doesn't really matter to me, because I think music has no nationalities, and it works very well in the film.